July 22nd, Anno Domini 1587. The Hopewell anchored off Roanoke Isle. A new beginning dawns upon this land. After a long voyage, we have finally set foot on Roanoke Island, a company of souls eager to build a life and establish a true English settlement. Families, tradesmen, and hopeful hearts have arrived ready to cultivate the soil and forge a future. The remnants of the previous attempt are visible, yet we see not despair, but opportunity. We shall learn from their endeavors and build anew, stronger, and with greater resolve. May this venture prove more fruitful and enduring than last. The work begins with the morning light. John White, Governor.
All right, where we last left off, you guys had just arrived, hoping to find the shed where the generator to the camp is kept. And sure enough, you found that generator shed. And you found the generator inside had been completely disconnected to the cable that powers and runs through the entirety of the camp. Who disconnected it? That's what you wondered to yourself before you heard a low, mournful moan. Turning and found yourselves face to face with none other than Bigfoot itself. Himself, herself? Hard to say. Little scientific research exists about any legitimacy with Bigfoot. And in response to that fact, Braden says,
"Guys, is that what I think it is?"
And Justin responds, "Yeah. That's Bigfoot." And Braden says,
"Oh, well, hold on. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but just to clarify with you guys, Bigfoot's like a legend, right? I thought he was a legend, not real."
Didn't you hear my campfire story, bro?
See, I also thought that was a legend.
He is a legend.
Oh, like
legendary.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay, but he's real, like he exists.
He's real.
He's got like one of those Latin names and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Bigfootus Matornis.
Oh, okay. Bigfootus Matornis. Okay. So he looks upset. I can hit him with my baseball bat. Is that what we're doing? I feel like I'd be abusing him. Does somebody want to just like plug that generator in? Maybe we just like hope this isn't a problem. He's not approaching us. And just as he says that, of course, Bigfoot takes one big-footed step towards you guys, and he growls. Okay, see, now that's, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like aggressive behavior. You're Soapy Joe, you're the expert on Bigfoot, right? Like, what are we looking at here?
I think we're in trouble is what I think.
Okay.
Soapy Joe is recording the whole thing on his camera as this conversation is going on. He's kind of panning back.
I was going to say, is he panning back between Braden
between Braden and Bigfoot, kind of going back and forth.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys? What is everybody else doing? I think Justin is like peeing himself practically right now. He's backing away. He's definitely hidden behind all of you at the moment.
Grieve is going to take more of a stunned appreciation of the events. Like, crikey, this is not one, but two new species. That is just incredible.
Wait, what's the second species?
Well, that weird bear thing.
Well, that's a new species? I thought that was just like some weird bear thing.
I forget what it is called.
It's called the Scrungus.
The Scrungus.
Scrungus bear. So, like, that's not in, like, science books and stuff.
I've never heard an Animal Planet documentary cover the Scrungus.
Oh, man, okay.
Steve Irwin or Jeff Corwin, or at least one of those guys would have covered it, so I feel like if there's not been a documentary on it, it's gotta be a new species.
Wow. So this new species, both of these new species have been really aggressive. Does anyone want to go plug in the generator? Because this thing's getting closer, and I'm going to have to start swinging here soon.
Yo, history man, go plug it in.
Ooh, Okay. Does anyone have any cans of alphabet soup?
Why would we need that?
I heard Bigfoots are rather fond of the stuff.
No, we do not have.
Well, I'm rather fond of it and quite peckish.
I saw some SpaghettiOs in the kitchen pantry. It's kind of a mono alphabet soup.
All right, guys, I'm taking a swing, and Brandon walks over and he takes a swing at Bigfoot, and the two start battling it out. What are you guys doing?
SpaghettiOs aren't exactly what I'm going for right now. I'm mighty peckish for letters, if you don't mind.
All right, Soapy Joe just goes and plugs it in.
Okay, so you go and you reach down to start picking up the cable, and as you do, you see Bigfoot glances over at you, and he goes, and he starts to he gets down on all fours, and he starts coming at you like he's completely ignored and bypassed around Braden, and he starts to rush towards you.
He still plugs it in.
Okay, so you just continue to plug it in. I'm going to have you do an act under pressure.
Is that with cool?
Yes.
9? Sorry, 8.
Am I allowed to do a additional action or do a simultaneous action while this is taking place?
Potentially. What are you thinking of doing?
Because I'm pretty sure I have a big jar of pepper.
Okay.
Gonna make it.
Here's what I'll say. Usually, if you're like doing something that would at the same time as another hunter or something to that effect, it would kind of be it would fall under.
Give him advantage.
Yeah. So this will be a help out. Okay. So you're trying to help out as Bigfoot's rushing towards Soapy Joe. You pull out this thing of pepper. I'm gonna have you do a help out, which you also roll cool for. And if you're successful, that's going to turn his 8 into a 9, which is a soft success.
I thought he rolled a 9. Well, I rolled a 9, but my -1 on cool brought it down to an 8.
Which is so weird that you're like a big streamer. But I guess, I don't know, maybe.
I thought cool as in like hip, so I didn't really.
Fair enough.
I think I may have thrown the pepper in your face. That was a 6.
Well, thankfully, when you try to help out, it's kind of just like an all or nothing. You either succeed or you fail. You take out your pepper and you go to throw it at Bigfoot. I like the idea that you pop open one of the little, so it's like a two-sided opening, right? So that you can do one side is like a lump forward versus a little sprinkle. Exactly. And you pop out the sprinkle side and you just like thrust forward and just this tiny little puff of pepper just comes spouting out from your container and it rushes past you, ignoring it entirely. Soapy Joe, you only managed to get an 8, which is still a soft success. I guess I don't know why I was thinking it'd be anything more. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say that you have a hard choice. You can plug this in right now, but Bigfoot's going to slam into you.
I was wanting to use protect someone.
Okay.
When I saw this thing charging at him, I was just kind of waiting to an opportunity to say something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Will affect your choice here.
Okay. So you're going to roll...
Yeah, he's gonna yell, watch out, Soaps Joseph! And he pulls out his...
He used the full name.
Pulls out that iron, and he goes to smack this thing when he... Sorry, he passed.
Okay.
Perfect. I was actually hoping for a failure. I failed.
Okay, so...
In fact, he goes, oh, watch out, Soaps Joseph! And
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. So yes,
he swings wildly, and I think he smacks
Grieve
in like the side of the head.
You don't hit Grieve, but Grieve's puff of pepper is what causes you to sneeze and get distracted.
Grieve has to back off as he starts wildly flailing his golf club in that.
So with everybody having made some attempt to either help or protect, I'm going to turn back over to Soapy Joe. All right, so this is your hard choice. You can plug it in right now and be done with that element, or you can get out of the way and avoid taking any harm.
I will plug it in.
You're plugging it in. All right, you plug it.
Recording.
Okay, you've got. Oh, well, that's probably why. is you're holding the cable in one hand.
The hero.
There you go. Oh, okay.
One hand doesn't die.
Caravan can't die.
So then you get some really interesting footage of you selfie style with the camera. You've got the plug in your hand. What are you saying to the camera?
You know, we're plugging this thing back in. I don't know what it's for. And by the way, this episode, remember, is brought to you by Quantum
You get slammed by Bigfoot for 2 harm.
and you get knocked back to the edge or the back wall of this little shed, hitting the side of it, landing on the ground, possibly having maybe some broken ribs or something at this point. You just got slammed, and you see Bigfoot. He looks furious, and he looks down at the generator, and he starts grabbing at the cable. Now, he's not grabbing it where you're supposed to. You know, he's breaking the rules of using electricity, which is he's grabbing the cable maybe like 2 feet away from where the plug is, and he's trying to pull it out. But of course, he's like angled ever so slightly. He's pulling against it. He might break it before he even pulls the plug out. What are you guys doing?
I'm writhing in pain.
Yeah, you're writhing in pain. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
What about... Yeah, I was going to say...
Not gonna lie, I was kind of half hoping that he was gonna swing and it was gonna be like Tom and Jerry, where it just, you hit some on the top, it's just the perfect outline.
Yeah.
I suppose Grieve is probably at this point going to be loading his net launcher.
Okay.
Because he, again, is usually more for the realm of capture rather than kill.
Sure, totally fair. So you've dropped your pepper, your Costco-sized pepper, and you start pulling on the reload for your net gun. You currently have 2 nets. You take it, you point it over at Bigfoot, who's pulling and pulling and pulling, and you fire your shot. Do a kick some ass, so you're rolling with tough.
Oh no. Oh, that is a 4.
That is a 4. That is a failure. You go to fire your net gun. You blast. The net comes flying out of this device. And just as it does, Braden comes running up with his baseball bat covered in nails, poking out the perfect weapon that could have possibly bludgeoned and gored Bigfoot to death. But instead, he is knocked down and tackled onto the ground by this net coming out of your gun.
Well, shucks.
And now you have 1 net left in your net gun. Martin Fresh, you are recovering. You're wiping your nose, recovering from your sneezing fit, and you see the scene before you. What are you doing?
Oh, hey, that's not yours.
And he runs over to where the Bigfoot is pulling the cord, and he grabs right in front of its hands, and he's proceeding to pull the opposite direction of the Bigfoot.
So pulling towards the plug in, and he's now trying to like pull. He goes, this foot, and he like tries to funk him on the head. His hand in a fist, and tries to just pull it away from him.
You're mostly trying to get the cable out of his hands, right? You're not really trying to do damage per se.
He's just pulling
the
opposite way of the Bigfoot.
I'm just saying, when you said you bonk his head, but you're not.
He's trying to get a let go.
Okay.
It would not do damage in the slightest.
I'm going to call this act under pressure then. Which, if there's one thing that we've learned in the past from playing the Monster of the Week, it's that act under pressure often gets overused, but that's just because it's kind of for that purpose. A 9, okay. Here's what I'm going to say. If you pull this out of Bigfoot's hands, obviously he's going to be upset and he's going to take a swing at you. But the cable, you've essentially distracted him from the cable and given everybody else enough time to recover. But you're going to take some damage. Otherwise, you can let go of the cable and let him have it, and you won't take any damage. That's the decision you have in this moment.
Martin's never lost that tug of war, and he doesn't intend on losing now.
So you yank as hard as you can, and the cable slips right out of Bigfoot's hands, and he has dropped it completely. He looks at you, and he glares, and he lets out a low growl as he lunges forward with his massive fists, almost equal size to his giant feet, and slams a punch right into you. You take 2 harm.
Take that, Uncle Chester!
But even as you kind of crumple to a sitting position next to the generator, you're still holding the cable in your hands. So you have certainly won this game of tug of war. Justin in the back he's staying in the back. He is absolutely terrified. With that being said, I'm going to say, Soapy Joe, you managed to pick yourself up off the ground at this point. You've got your camera back in hand. What are you doing?
He's just laying on the ground and filming this whole thing. Like, he is not interested in getting back into the fog right now. He's just kind of assessing his body, seeing like, is there anything that's not broken?
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we'll jump over to Grieve. Grieve, you You still have your net gun in hand if you want to try to make use of it again. You've got one net left, or you could do something else if you have another idea.
At this point, he's kind of given up on the net gun, so he's kind of assessing his surroundings. Is there any, like, makeshift projectiles or weapons or...
Can of beans.
Yes, exactly.
Sure. Given where you're at, well, let me ask you this. How willing are you to hurt Bigfoot? Because you could theoretically pick up the baseball bat that Braden dropped because he's now trapped in his net. You could theoretically help Braden out of the net, and then Braden can do what he does. But of course, that's
I think he is
equal level drive.
More of the compassionate type who, after seeing his failure with the net gun, he would probably be more prone to immediately resolve that issue and untangle Braden.
Okay, so you're gonna go and
rush over to the net and pull out his little, well, is there a chance that I can salvage said net?
Yeah, I would say so.
So he's going to try to do that.
Okay, sounds good. Let's call this a technically protect somebody. Normally I would say help out, but it technically says to help out another. Well, I guess he is another hunter. I will give you the option. Do you want to use it as protect somebody, which will go off your tough, or help out, which will go off your cool? Arguably, he is another hunter currently, even though he's an NPC.
It's the same plus for either of them. So
okay.
Let's go help out.
Okay. Actually, help out probably has fewer ramifications if you fail, actually. So yeah, that's probably the best bet.
An 8.
An 8? Okay. You go to help him out, but in doing so, you have obviously set yourself up as the only standing individual for Bigfoot to potentially target at the moment. And of course, he does. He sees you helping Braden. He sees Braden's giant bat with spikes and stuff that he was swinging at Bigfoot just moments ago, and Bigfoot decides, I gotta stop this guy, or rather in Bigfoot speak. So he starts to move towards you. He's not attacking just yet, but he is focused on you as you look over and you see him coming towards you as you hurriedly trying to get Braden out of the net. You are making a significant amount of progress and you haven't torn the net at all. Is anybody else interested in doing anything at the moment?
Is, for the most part, is the Bigfoot leaving Soapy Joe alone?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he wants to use we'll fix it in post.
Okay.
You can use anything you could conceivably have recorded as evidence for investigative mystery, allowing you to check previous interviews, attack sites, and so on. So I'd like to have him pull up on his little camcorder, like, previous clips of this Bigfoot attack to see if he can find, like, any way that there is a pattern, like a Dark Souls villain. Like, is there an opening? Is there a weakness? Okay. Anything in that nature.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I would say, so you're doing investigative mystery.
Yep.
So you'll roll with sharp.
With sharp.
And then basically on your result, you can ask me questions.
10.
10? Wow. Okay, so you get to hold 2, which means you get to ask 2 questions.
Any questions, or is there a set list?
There's technically a set list, but I like to make sure to emphasize to people that you can kind of manipulate what those questions look like based on the current situation. So the current questions available are: what happened here? What sort of creature is this? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
I will ask, what can hurt it?
What can hurt it? Okay, so because of your history with Bigfoot, you immediately know, I'm going back to that footage of when you were actually out there searching for Bigfoot with your friends long before you came to the summer camp, and the experience that you had there. And you notice as you're flipping, like kind of fast forwarding through this footage on your camcorder that you've never deleted, because obviously that it was the most terrifying experience of your life.
Yeah.
There's a moment where you see one of the people that was in your group brought a old camera. And when things were kind of going a little bit crazy, you remember there was a moment where she tried to take a picture of it, and the flash on this old camera actually broke and popped. And there was a little bit of like sort of a fiery explosion that came out, and there was the Bigfoot that you guys originally saw was like on top of you guys, and you watched as it kind of hesitated and backed up when this happened. And that sparks a possible idea of what might keep you safe. Might be a weakness to this Bigfoot.
Okay.
And then you do have one other question. I think you can technically save it too.
Yeah, can I pocket that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can pocket that and pull that out a little bit later. Theoretically, still retaining around Bigfoot in this situation.
Right. He'll just kind of yell out, "Fire! He doesn't like fire!"
I was gonna say if you just stop at fire, that's kind of broad. Fire, throw or shoot something at him. Okay, so you shout out fire to the rest of the group. I'm gonna. Do you have anything?
Do I see anything with a giant cartoon fire symbol in it?
They're the cans. They're the 2 jerry cans that you brought that have gas in them.
Like gasoline.
Yep.
Oh, I know how to eat. Wasn't that to start the generator?
Yeah. Braden was worried that the gas was out.
We thought the gas was out, but it's just unplugged.
Right.
Oh, I know exactly how to start a good old-fashioned bonfire. And he grabs one of the cans, and he goes running over, and he just starts trying to, like, splash it on the Bigfoot.
On Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just splashing.
That is definitely an act under pressure for sure.
That is a 3.
3.
Big yikes.
You rush over to start pouring gasoline on Bigfoot, and you've got like a poor grip on this jerry can, and maybe part of it's just because your hands are sore from playing tug of war with the cable. But Bigfoot snatches it out of your hand, turns around, and starts to pour it on you.
Oh, not my Bermuda shorts!
And you all start to smell a very heavy scent of gasoline, or as the British call it, petrol.
Oh, good thing I brought a second can. Gasoline flight. Just like at my college days.
What college did you go to?
Is this orange low-fat mocha frappuccinos?
But what is it? What is it? I quoted it. I know, I can't think of the title.
Zoolander.
Blue Sleazy ass Zoolander. It's literally that beginning scene from Zoolander.
Low-fat mocha frappuccinos.
Okay, so you're currently distracted having a gasoline fight. So yeah, you and Bigfoot are having a gasoline fight. I will say that his strength is giving him a bit of an advantage. These are big metal jerry cans.
Martin's getting covered.
Yeah.
Yes, well, he's getting like
Spritzed. Yeah.
he's getting a nice little spritz.
He's getting like baby baptized at a Catholic church.
It's like cologne.
Yeah. Grieve, you managed to get Braden thanks to the distraction, you're able to get Braden out from inside the net. What are you doing after your friend has shouted fire, and then you watch as your other friend, or I don't know, acquaintance, whatever you refer to these guys to, as he starts to have a gasoline fight with Bigfoot. I'm so glad I introduced a monster with posable thumbs.
Yeah, I do like the idea of them just bashing me. He just starts pouring it on.
That's the beauty of Bigfoot. It's like he has some level of intelligence.
I think Grieve is going to see this scene unfold and hear the fire. Initially, I don't see any fire, but then put 2 and 2 together, there's a gigantic thing of gasoline that could turn into a catastrophe at any second. So he's probably just going to whisper some to Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help out the net?
Yeah, Justin.
He's like, I think you gotta get Martin out of there.
But he's all covered in gas, and somebody wants to start a fire.
Should we double team him?
Okay. Which side do you want? I'll get right, you get left. I've decided.
I think, so Grieve is at this point is just going to kind of try to do the whole damsel in distress thing from a moving train, where he's kind of just going to try tackle Martin away from the grip of Bigfoot.
Okay. So
Just roll.
here's what I'm going to say is that by integrating Justin into this situation, and I don't want you guys to abuse this, but Justin makes a distraction for Bigfoot, giving you a +1 forward, basically giving you a help out, right? To tackle Martin Fresh out of this situation. So give me I really feel like this is a protect somebody. So you get a +1 to your tough.
So is that in addition to my usual plus?
Yes, yeah.
So +2.
Yeah, +2 total.
Wow.
Right on.
That would be an 11.
An 11, holy cow. Okay, you also, so on a 10 plus, you choose an extra. So you're going to succeed. You're going to pull Martin Fresh out of this gasoline fight. And in the process, you get to suffer less harm, which could happen. All impeding danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back. Do you have a preference on that? Now, what I will say is that you do have the net in your hand that you just pulled Braden out of.
Yes. So I think, pairing that with my tendency to have a death wish while at the same time avoid any direct harm to said creature, I think I will probably go about and try to restrain him with my handheld net.
I like it. Okay, so you rush over with Justin creating a distraction, swinging his golf clubs back and forth, causing Bigfoot to kind of glance over in his direction instead of Martin Fresh's. And in that moment, you're able to push Martin Fresh out of the way and throw a portion of the net over Bigfoot, capturing him and then holding that net still yourself. So you've got Bigfoot restrained at the moment. Braden is reaching into his pocket and he pulls out a Zippo lighter.
Oh no.
And he says, "All right, just say the word. I'll throw it on him. Hold him still. Hold him still. Is this what we're doing? I don't know much about this. This feels wrong. I don't know, but I'll do it. I'll do it if this is the way we're going."
Martin, get on there! And then sell to throw it.
Well, you're already pushed out of the way, technically speaking. Well, he pushed you out of the way. He's still up. He's holding the net right now. Yeah. Keeping Bigfoot. But whatever the case, you're out of the way enough. And Braden tosses the Zippo lighter into the air. You watch it in slow motion as it spins, and then it hits the net and Bigfoot trapped inside, catching fuel of a little bit of the spritz of gasoline on Bigfoot. And it quickly takes to the fur, that thin fur on Bigfoot, until the entire net practically is just in flames as Bigfoot from inside is screaming horribly, flailing his arms and legs about, almost completely coated in flames at this moment, giving you guys an opportunity to potentially escape or whatever it is that you guys want to do.
Well, at the very least, Soapy Joe's going to peel himself off of the ground because there's now an active fire in the building. So, and an active creature on fire in the middle. Tit-footed creature, yeah. So yeah, he's gonna deal. He's gonna try and get up out of there.
I mean, you've plugged it in. The plug is in. You look off into the distance and you can see the lights are now back at the campsite. So you have technically accomplished your mission. If you guys remember, Braden wanted you guys to get the electricity back on because the supply shed has an electric lock and there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in there, but he wouldn't have access to it without the electricity. So you have the electricity now. Are you staying here for any reason, or are you all booking it?
No, I think at this point.
Booming the premises, but
Okay.
I'm gonna stand because I still have my other questions, so I'm gonna do one more investigation, but that's after I leave the building.
Okay. So you're out of the shed.
Yes.
You're still in the area. Do you want to ask it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will ask, where did it go? This Bigfoot, where does it go? Is it
After you guys run out?
after we run out? Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. You see it rush back deeper into the woods, flailing, rolling, awkwardly, especially rolling because it's also still tangled up in this net. It hasn't fully just disintegrated from the flames yet. And so, yeah, he's tripping over himself. He's rolling. Thankfully, you guys are on an island. There's a lot of sea water within the breeze and things like that. So he's not igniting the forest as he goes, thankfully. It's still pretty green here. There might be a couple of little spots that drip off of him as far as flames go, but he's not starting the forest on fire, which is good. But you slowly see him disappear, him and his flaming essence disappear amongst the trees and brush.
Well, Soapy Joe's gonna hobble himself to the infirmary.
Okay, sounds good. So you're gonna hobble over to the, what did I call it?
Recovery cabin.
The recovery cabin. You guys are all following him, I'm guessing? No?
Martin dead sprinted out of that cabin when he saw the fire in Braden's hand because there was a trail of gasoline from Bigfoot to him.
And it's following you?
He's running. He goes, "Oh no! Run away!" and the front trail of fire just following him. He's dead splitting into the floor.
Because you're still dripping too.
Yes. So the trail of fire is going, put it on. Oh God, yeah. And he runs and he jumps at the eyes of the water to the giant splash, and then comically, all the gas rises.
Oh, sure.
The top of the pool starts on fire, and then he's like, oh no!
He's like splashing in the water,
He's trying to splash it away from him to the other side of the pool as he's like trying to back up.
Yep. Backstroke away from this flaming gasoline that's coming right off him.
Yeah, he goes and then we see Soapy Joe go, recovery room.
Yeah. Disappear over there.
And in the back, you just hear, oh no!
Awesome. Grieve, what are you doing?
It's probably going towards like the towel section. Just grab a towel.
Oh, yeah. I think Justin and Braden help you with that. They both grab towels and they're just like they dip it into the pool and then they're just whacking the ground, and anything that's on fire, they're just trying to whack it. But they also look a little confused and awkward because they're like, but the guy is in the pool and he's like on fire almost. Like, I don't know. But eventually, I think that the flames subside and enough of the gasoline comes off of you and mixes with water or whatever that it causes it to inevitably end. And you pull yourself out of the pool just as soaked as you were before, but now with water instead of gasoline. And all the rest of you are just standing there holding slightly singed towels.
One thing gotta be this cold considering all that fire. My word, man, it's chilly.
Hey, where'd the guy with the camera go?
Well, I think I spotted him going to the room of recovery while I was making a desperate plea for survival.
I think I saw him there too, and from the looks of you, I think we better get you there as well.
Well, before I catch the hyperthermics.
Awesome. So you guys all head over to the recovery cabin. Inside, I mean, it's set up like sort of like a nurse's office at a school, right? There's some beds. There's like a couple of beds in there for recovery. There's definitely some various bandages and things along those lines. Maybe some rubbing alcohol, obviously, for cuts and bruises, or for cuts mostly. Whatever the case, you're able to find a handful of various medical supplies, simple medical supplies, and you all, I guess, bandage up a bit, I'm guessing, those who need it. I would say that at max, there's enough to heal up to 2 wounds each. Mostly based off of how wounds work, right? Not so much like, yeah, you could sit there and you could band-aid your whole self up and look like a mummy at the end, but that's not going to make you actually better. 2 at most.
That's what Fortnite.
I know, I'm sorry.
That little bandage and those gunshot wounds are
They're gone.
binge under.
And if my body, I don't know, if I just stand with my hand hovering above them for 10 seconds, then
they'll pop right back up. Max health, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not how things work here. But like I said, you guys do heal up at least a little bit. And with that being said, Braden also finishes bandaging off a couple of cuts that he got, mostly from the net gun. And he says,
Okay, guys, now we're all good to go. Should we head over and get some supplies over at the supply shack? Should be open. I've got the code. Just needed the electricity, so it should be good.
What happened to the 2 girls that?
No, I haven't seen them since the campfire. Did you see them come to the... I came straight to the supply shack, so I don't think they ever were in the supply shack.
I'm trying to think back to the last episode.
yeah, no. They just, I mean, everybody ran in separate directions. You don't know where the girls have been.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
You guys head over to the supply shack. And sure enough, you get inside, and the door is... He punches in the code, and you hear the lock clink, open up, and the door swings open. It's kind of one of those, like, gate doors, and you have access to some of the not just, like, available for anyone to grab supplies from the supply shack. Is there anything in particular that you guys are interested in getting your hands on?
More ammunition for my gun.
More ammunition for your gun.
Mayhaps just a second gun.
Here's what I'll tell you is inside. You don't see ammunition for your gun necessarily, but you do see some BB guns.
BB guns, you say?
Yes.
Are there any games or supplies for ladder golf.
Ooh, yes. You want some bolas?
Yes.
Nice.
When you find a couple makeshift bolas.
Man, that fits your character so well.
How about axes for like an axe throw?
There are axes, yes. Specifically throwing axes.
He'll grab a couple of those.
Okay. I'd mark this stuff down as far as quantity.
Or how many did he say?
Say 2 throwing axes.
How many? I'm gonna set of bolas.
You get it's 6 for each
3 for
game.
each side. Yeah, for each size. So 6 total. Yeah.
But how many games are there?
Oh.
Maybe he found
Here's what I'll say. Here's
games 12 bolas because it does 0.
I will give you that, but also keep in mind there's how much you can carry.
Yes.
So I was gonna say 6 makes sense.
6 is.
I personally have like literally strapped 6 bolas from a game of ladder golf to some element of my person in the past because I thought it was cool, and I felt cool at the moment. So I mean, there's that. You do also find nets for fishing.
Ooh.
I would say you could refill your net gun if you would like. And the beauty of it too is that your net gun so far has sucked, so I don't feel bad or awkward or like I'm losing out as the
Maybe instead of the
keeper.
Can I request that I just grab a couple fishing poles or there are fishing pole with
There are
some
definitely fishing poles.
gnarly lures on them. Like these are the lures that you see that they've got some huge hooks on them.
Since you guys are like you're on an island and the ocean is right there, I will say absolutely.
Now, does this camp, I see that they have cabins, but do they have tents?
They do in here.
So
If you want to grab a tent.
I'm thinking tent spikes.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, you open up a tent pack and you pull the spikes out of it.
And
Let's say you got 4.
4 tent spikes.
4 tent spikes.
A hammer, perhaps?
Sure.
That's
Absolutely.
all he can carry.
Okay. That seems fair.
4 tent spikes and 1 hammer.
And then you turn around and you see Grieve, and he is just like decked out in very obscure gear when it comes to the idea of fighting monsters.
Like, you know that thing's trying to kill us, right? What are you going to do with a fishing rod?
Have you seen the hook on this thing? That could take out an eyeball. Not that I would like to do that, but
if there's a giant eyeball on this island, he's ready for it.
He feels compelled to harm said eyeball.
That's right. Martin Fresh, what are you grabbing?
Are there any giant thermal blankets?
Sure.
All right.
I'd say there's 2.
Okay, he's grabbed 1.
Okay.
And he goes,
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, just what I need. And he grabs it, he wraps it around and says, oh, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this hidden behind the thermal blankets? And he reaches back and he pulls out, oh my word, a classic katana of an ancient...
All right now, you're pushing it.
Master here loves showing it off.
Certainly not a katana. You pull out what you...
This old ray gun? Oh, this is a fully loaded and functional flintlock.
You pull out what you think is a ray gun, and it's just like a mulch spreader. And you pull out what you think is a katana, and it's just
katana.
a garden hoe.
He reaches back and he pulls out, oh, what's this? Why wasn't this out earlier?
And he pulls out a weed whacker.
Oh, okay, a weed whacker. Okay. Braden looks over at you and he says, those jerry cans, that was all the fuel I had. Oh, good, it's still got some in it. Okay. I wasn't sure if Oh, you know what? I did refill it after we finished with our yard work today, so I mean...
What behind the thermal blankets, Braden?
Because I didn't want somebody messing with it.
Well, I'm gonna mess with it real good.
Well, this is different circumstances, say.
I happened to grab my golf clubs on the way out. I lost all of them while I was making a dead sprint for a pool.
And Justin says, oh, you mean these?
Was he just holding them all?
He's got them slung over like he's your caddy. He says, just to be clear, I'm not carrying it. He looks exhausted, by the way. He's like huffing and puffing. He's like, these.
Oh, thanks, Justin. I don't probably need all of them.
And I have an axe.
I don't have axes.
No, there's some on the wall there. Could someone hand me one that looks lighter than the others?
Here's a child-safe axe.
And I grab him one of the small ones.
Okay. You give him like some ninja stars.
Plus, right? There's a giant one that's
Yeah.
for like chopping wood. And like Martin Freshly Cam reaches for that, and then right before he grabs it, he moves very smaller little axes that they like give kids at like a throwing axe throwing range. It was like the size of your hand, basically. Yeah. Grabs one of them and hands it to Justin and go, "Where?
Give me a second." All right, yeah, this is perfect. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And he pockets an inhaler, and he takes the axe that you give him.
Well, we got our stuff, so we head out to the... Are we going after that?
Really? Where are we going now?
The Bigfoot ran into the woods.
You want to chase after that Bigfoot?
Why else are we grabbing all this gear?
To protect ourselves.
The best defense is a good offense.
And just as you're discussing what you should do next, you hear a scream off in the distance. It sounds an awful lot like Hazel. And you peek out from the now lit up supply shack, and you see the Scrungus is at the chapel, and it's clawing its way at the front doors.
August 15th, Anno Domini 1588. Another turn of the season here on Roanoke, and despite Father's continued absence, we have persevered. The soil, though stubborn at first, has yielded a fair bounty. Master Kendall has a knack for coaxing life from the earth, and the corn stands tall and proud in the fields. We have even managed to strengthen the palisades, felling more timber and reinforcing the perimeter. It offers a measure of comfort, a sense of security against the unknown wilderness that surrounds us. Life here has settled into a rhythm of work and quiet companionship. The womenfolk tend to the gardens and the children, while the men see to the hunting and the fortifications. Yet, even in this relative peace, there are reminders of the wildness that claims this land. Just yestermorn, while Mistress Goodwife was out foraging for scuppernong grapes, a welcome sweetness in our diet, she was set upon by some manner of beast. It moved swiftly and with a ferocity none of us have yet encountered. Though she fought bravely, she sustained a nasty gash upon her arm. Master Hughes, our surgeon, has tended to it, and she rests now, pale but thankfully alive. It serves as a stark reminder that even within our small haven, dangers lurk. The wilderness here is untamed, and we must remain ever vigilant. We pray daily for Father's safe return and the supplies he promised. Until then, we must rely on our own strength and the bonds we have forged in this new land. May God watch over us. Eleanor Dare.
Hey everyone, Skylar here, creator and creative director at Session Zero Heroes. I just wanted to quickly say a few things before we head into the next episode. Firstly, thank you so much for listening to our 2025 Monster of the Week one-shot. We love creating these, and honestly, Monster of the Week is what inspired us to create TTRPG content to begin with, so it holds a special place in our hearts. We'll be posting a brand new episode of Terror at Camp Roanoke every week throughout October 2025, with the final episode landing nicely the day before Halloween on October 30th. We hope you enjoy the mystery we put together. I personally had a ton of fun creating it and working with the incredible vocal and musical talent that brought the intros and outros to life. If you want to find out more about them, follow their talent on socials, or even reach out to them with your own project, just check out the episode description and you'll find their names, handles, and links there. They all did a phenomenal job, so a huge shout out to each and every one of them. Speaking of links, if you want to follow more of what we're doing at Session Zero Heroes, be sure to check out our website or scroll through our other TTRPG actual play series and one-shots that we've done. From Avatar Legends and Dungeons & Dragons all the way to Kids on Bikes and All Flesh Must Be Eaten, we try to create and play through unique and entertaining stories using a variety of systems along the way. There's plenty to listen to and plenty more on the way. To ensure that you don't miss out on our future productions, be sure to drop a follow or subscribe on whatever podcast streaming platform you're using. The same goes with socials. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, Discord, and Mastodon, so be sure to drop a follow on whichever of those you frequent. with that, I'll be headed out, but be sure to check back for the next episode of the series so you can solve the mystery of the terror at Camp Roanoke.